They're gonna be like wobbly.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the Baymax feet, dog.
That
That movie's the shit, dog.
It is though. It is. I watch it so many times. I'll watch it over again anytime though. I like that movie.
You know which movie I could watch indefinitely right now? Luca, dog. I could watch that shit like a million times, bro, and that shit does not get tired. Like, it's not boring to me. That shit is
I liked
dope.
it.
I liked it.
I wasn't gonna watch it, but my kid put me on. Right? She was like,
word?
"Oh, this is good, Dad. Like, let's check this out." And I'm like, "All right, let's check it out." So we saw it, and I was like, "Oh, that's legit."
Yes. Silencio, Bruno.
I had just talked. I just watched Raya like right before that.
That shit's good too.
Yeah,
that movie's good.
What else?
But to me, that's not rewatchable. Like,
you don't think so?
Like, I could watch it again, but like, if I'm gonna click play, like, I'm gonna click Luca again, 100%.
Stitches off. Good, that's what's up, my guy. I telling you, Stitches off for real. You be back for Thursday then?
Back a la banca, baby. Yippee! I'm just kidding. I miss you, Doug. Hey, let's go to Arizona on Saturday, Tony. A ver a la H. San Pablo de Verga, la Selecta, Doug.
Imagínate. We guys play second round?
Most likely Honduras. They have to beat Qatar or tie. Mm-hmm. And then Saudi play top of the group, which would be Honduras. If Qatar managed to beat Honduras, which I doubt, then Salvador play Qatar. That should be a fun game, though, because I think both of those fools are trying to avoid Mexico.
What up, Fernando?
What's up?
Hey, dog. Hey, I've been impressed with the Gold Cup, though. Like the games I watched, I haven't watched all of them, but they've been pretty fire games. Like even 100%. The teams I didn't expect much from, like, you know what I mean? Like I've been all right. Like I see it, I like it.
I've been trying to tell you, but
I ain't committed like that. That's the best of the best, right? From the countries, or at least, you know.
Yeah, but like, well, I mean, you missed a lot of the FFO conversations, or you probably just peeking. But I got into some legit ass conversations because I was like, "Yo, Honduras is probably like one of the top teams." To me, right now, they're the top team in Central America, right, over Costa Rica, and because Costa Rica is getting old, and folks are like, "Nah, Honduras don't got nothing," blah blah blah, and I'm like, "You tripping, bro? You're not watching this shit. Like, you're speaking out of your ass because you don't watch this shit. Like, you don't see these players on a regular basis, bro. I'm telling you, Kyoto is a killer, bro. And surely enough, against Panama, dog.
All right. But where's the supporting cast?
Albert Ellis.
Okay, we got one.
What's the name of the other fools? They still got the veterans, fool, like Boniek.
Yeah, they ain't cutting it.
Kevin Alvarez.
They ain't cutting it. Dog. Look, listen, I just had an argument. Listen, I'm about to get canceled right now because I had an argument about El Salvador, right? On how I think they're decent, I think they're good, but the quality is just not there. You know what I mean? The legit, like, there's pieces there that are good, and the intention, what they want to do, is dope. But the quality is lacking, right?
But I think the Honduras national team is of El Salvador, like, in quality.
100%. I don't know, man. 100%. Either way,
look, El Salvador have a game plan, right? They might have.
Either way, like that shit works. Like Honduras, that shit's gonna work against Guatemala. You know what I mean? Like, you go heads up against Salvador, you go at it against Costa Rica, that's gonna work. But you get past the CONCACAF, and then you're in problems, right? Cause like listen, against Mexico, like, I think Salvador's one of the biggest things was the fact that they don't have the physicality for it. They don't have the physicality for it, right? There'll be times where they get a break though, and they push, and it's like two people pushing. Right, and then the Mexican defense draws back.
Honduras got all that though. They got the power, they got the pace, they got the players right now. They're playing in European leagues.
Who is?
What you mean, Albert Ellis, dog?
La Pantera Ellis. But I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not saying like those guys they got keys. They got players who are quality. But overall team, they like you can't say that about just in general. You can say they got some teams.
Well, yeah, they're not. Obviously, they're not at the level of Mexico, but I think they could beat Mexico, 100%.
Yeah, All right, of course they can. Anybody can, right? Because they'll play what you like. Well, they'll drop back and they'll send a long ball every single time they can. They might beat them in a tournament, but that doesn't mean the quality. Let me get back into the chat. What up, Ronaldinho? What up, Romo says, did you guys see the penalty they missed yesterday? Who are we talking about? Who missed the penalty yesterday?
I don't know.
No, I must miss it. I didn't see it. Big talking about the race. All right, let's get into this race. Now let's talk about that F1. Something's not gonna get me.
That shit was wild,
bro.
That shit was wild.
So I woke up ready for it. Well, stomach's hurting. I gotta get the morning dump in, and I get an alert. Race about to start. And I'm like, fuck. So I put it on my phone, right? I'm so glad I didn't miss the first lap because that first lap was amazing, bro.
Yeah, that first lap was crazy, bro. 100%.
That was nuts, bro. Max and Lewis going at it, bro. Like I so wish they wouldn't have touched, because like I could have got that for 5, 6, 10 laps, dog. Sheesh. On who? Who did it on purpose?
Lewis, dog.
Come on. Like, don't get me wrong. I hate the fact that Max went out. Right? I hate the fact that Max went out. But Lewis did the same overtake on 2 other people, and they left them space inside. Right? Nobody got hurt. Max tries to squeeze him out. He's the one that makes contact, and he goes flying. It sucks because I think it would have been a better race with Max there, right? But I can't blame Lewis for that. I can't blame Lewis for that at all.
I don't know.
Yup, see, Zach's talking about it. He said Ham did nothing wrong. I agree.
I disagree. 100%.
Really?
I disagree 100%.
How? Talk to me about that. Look,
the fool was about to get smoked, bro.
No,
he was about to get smoked. He was not gonna overtake Max.
Okay, cool. He didn't have to. But he took the inside. He
took the inside, but he fucking put his tire out.
All right, look at the graphs, dog. Like he's that much. Like you have to give a car's length room, right? Inside or outside, and that was not there. When it turns in, like, come on, I ain't trying. You tripping? Either way, fucking Silverstone was amazing, bro. Silverstone was amazing. Did you catch
look at Vic's comment? This is exactly my point right here. It was Max.
Cool.
It was Max. Cool. So he put his tire out. Wow. But when there's anybody else, anyone that's no competition,
come on. Listen, what you mean? He hugged Apex? What did Leclerc do? What did Leclerc do in the same overtake? What did Leclerc do on the same overtake? He gave him the space and he ended up going outside.
Right? Like that's the difference between him and Max, dog. Max wants to smoke.
Yeah.
Leclerc was like, I'd rather finish the race.
No, I get it. Listen, and that's why it should have been a racing incident, because Max pushed it, and so did Lewis, right? I don't think there's a wrong there. I think they both pushed for precision there.
All right.
And that's a racing incident.
You know what I mean? Racing incident. I'll take it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
And they still gave him a 10 second pen?
No, so like this is how I hated that. I hate the fact that Max was in there. But Lewis is something else though, bro. Right? Like how you get 10-second penalty and still track our way to fucking first place versus Leclerc and the Ferrari who had pace this week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nuts, bro. That guy's nuts. This is Alejandro Gomez. I'm in Utah, and I may or may not have an extra ticket. What? There you go. Who's trying to go out there on Wednesday?
He's talking to you, Rudy.
Nah, he's talking to me. I ain't going. Man, it got to be special for me to go back to RSL. I ain't doing that again.
You keep telling yourself that every year. You come out in the photos, dog. You always do.
I know, but I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that.
Me too, though.
Yeah, that trip is horrible. Every single time we do that trip, something's not good. Something was horribly wrong. Vic says Charles backed off. He didn't want that Verstappen. You don't want to get Verstappen. But listen, you see, I'm not.
No. You know what? I don't even want to be on the topic. I already agreed with you. It was a racing incident. No penalty should have been given.
Do you remember what he did to Alex? I think was it last year or the year before?
Oh yeah.
When he took Alex
he did
out?
it like multiple times.
He did it twice, right?
Alex,
but
Matt.
And those times I was mad as fucking Lewis because I thought he didn't get same thing. He didn't give me no space, right? And he forced him into that. Like that's why. This one, racing incident. Either way, though, man, I was fucking hoping when it gets the orders, when Lewis gets the orders to let Max by, I was just tripping, bro. I was like, oh, please let Leclerc fucking hold his lead. Let Leclerc hold his lead. And then I started seeing the stupid as AWS distance or laps before striking
Oh, I
distance,
hate
and it
that.
said
That shit
9.
always kills it for me.
Oh, like, you
Yeah,
bitch.
and that was like that was 11 laps to go, I think,
yeah,
or 12.
yeah,
And that shit popped
exactly.
up, and he's like, catching up at 9 laps. I was like, oh, this shit's a wrap.
I was like, oh yeah,
Fucking,
oh no, bro. Like how you start off 9 seconds behind and end up with 4 second gap in front, plus a 10-second penalty. Like how, son? Lewis is a monster, man. Lewis is a monster, but I still think Max takes the fucking championship this year. All right. Oh, we fucking missed it.
Ooh.
Damn, we're talking way too long. Let's get into the show because we're talking way too long.
Oh, we started late, that's why.
Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by 4 Foul supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Maza. This is Straight.
Good evening. What up, Masa?
What up, baby?
And you have YouTube, you can tell. If you can YouTube, you can tell we're Skeleton Crew today. It's just me and Masa. We're gonna talk it. We're gonna talk a little bit. Geez, we're gonna
We
talk
got a
about
bunch of
that.
quitters over here.
Yeah, we got George who I think injured himself this weekend. From what I heard, I think like he messed up his shoulder somehow. I think he was trying to carry two gallons of milk and put out his shoulder. You know how he is. And Angel's not available today either. So just me and Masa. But I mean, it's probably the two more knowledgeable people in the pod anyway. So it's probably gonna be a good one.
Like that.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a good one.
Like that.
I said probably because we're gonna fuck it up too much. So here we go.
I have to talk, so this shit's kind of whack. But all right,
you gotta stay awake with your eyes open this time. Not gonna sleep with your eyes awake. Yeah, man. Listen, let's talk about it. Right, G's played Vancouver. Well, first of all, there's no news, no rumors, nothing to talk about. Nothing I missed.
Nah,
over the weekend.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But let's get it going. Galaxy versus Vancouver at Rio Tinto Stadium in Salt Lake because the whole thing's still going on. The G's come out with Bonnet goal. Derek Williams, which is fucking nice to see. Dupuis, Araujo, and Villafaña in the back. No Koulibaly, he's still injured. We got Sasha, Revelation, and Vasquez in the midfield. Granzier, Cabral, and Subak up top. I think because Koulibaly wasn't available, because Chirizo wasn't available, this is pretty much what we thought how they were going to come out first Saturday. No surprise there. And in fact, like, they look really fucking good for 20 minutes with this team. Right? 20, 25 minutes. Like, this team looked ridiculously good. Yeah, there was points where I was just bugging, bro. I was just bugging because this team looked good. Like Granzier had Space Jam water for sure.
Oh man,
Granzier had Space Jam water. At least the first 20 minutes, like before it wore out. Granzier was something else, bro.
For a goal, dog. Because man, if he gets the goal, dog, that confidence is just gonna skyrocket even more. Because he's playing with such a swagger to it, like to his game. It's missing that final goal. That's all it's missing right now.
Listen, I think we need to start the countdown on games. Granzier's trying to score because like he seems like he's been on this chase since he got here, right? Like he's trying to score his goal. Well, the one thing I am happy about though is the fact that he doesn't seem frustrated yet, right? Like where he still has that willingness to fight and to try things and to move and to look for spaces. Like I'm glad he's not like fuck this, like I can't score, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad he's doing that, and he's doing that well, man. Let's kind of roll back a little bit just because I want to talk about the goal before we end up talking about everything Granzier did on his shot, they went off the post. But yeah, like 15 minutes, bro. Like this team looked good. So much so that 5 minutes in, you get a second goal for Revolution, right? A play that actually starts off the feed off of Granzier. Like he's the one that puts it up to Vasquez, who then kind of has mad patience because you see Cabral, you see Granzier, and even Sasha kind of join in trying to look for the ball. He has that patience to kind of wait it, look for the space, and Revolution moves into the top of the six on the money, man. Like just on his head, and Revolution makes no mistake about it, just puts it away. Talk to me about that goal.
Oh, that header was dope, dog. The pass, everything is tight, right? Everything is dope. The build up, all that bullshit, but the header, bro, like, bro, that's 2 weeks in a row where he puts it with power. Like there was power behind the header, and you don't see that too often. Or at least I don't remember last time we seen that many headers. Especially back-to-back weeks for the G's. You know, with the exception of Zlatan, which is Zlatan. Obviously, he's gonna get some headers in, or Steris a couple years back, but just watching someone else other than a CB and a striker put him away with his head is fucking dope. And he's always like that man is always in the right place at the right time, especially when he knows that there's a cross coming in.
And not only be in the right place, but like the way he attacks across, it's something we haven't seen. I can't. I was trying to remember like who's the last player I saw in a G's kit that will attack across the way he does. Right, this first goal you saw he battled, like he was pushing fools off. He kind of got the space, he got the run in and then scored. Right, this one not a lot of battling, but definitely the smarts to get in front of him and to like really attack that cross. Right, and as you said, like he comes in with a power header, like that's on money, man. Like I really like the fact that he attacks it. Like he doesn't wait for the ball to get to him. Like he goes after the ball, meets it in front, controls it, and like again, you were saying, right? It's not one of those headers that kind of just bounce off his head. Like he purposely puts it where he puts it in a place where TG's the keeper. Like you're not getting that.
Yeah,
super
that
nice, man.
Dope.
Yeah, and that kind of like 5 minutes in, we score that goal. Revolution gets the second goal of the season, and that comes off of already looking good. Like we're on the money from the minute the game started. Like they were on the money. 5 minutes in, we're go up, and we're still looking good. 15 minutes or so more of that, in my opinion. Right? You get Granzier on some dummy shit. Just kind of sets up Cabral one time. Right? He gets in front. I think it's Vasquez or it might be Julian who puts him on. Gets space out the wing. And he sees Cabral making that run, puts it in front of him. Cabral just kind of overran it. He didn't need to overrun it too. He overran it, got out on offside, and it gets pulled back. But like again, like that vision of him knowing what to do with that ball, right? If Cabral could just hold his run and not be in offside position, that's a A1 opportunity for him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just go for it.
So you have that one. That one goes off the way. Cabral has one in the box too, where I feel like he needs to just shoot it or get it out of his foot faster, but he tries to, I guess, let the ball catch up to him, and the defender gets there and just kind of pokes it out to him. You have Granzier again, putting in a cross for a tap and go for Zubek, who is another player who's offside. And can we talk about this offside play with Zubek for a little bit?
All right.
Like, how is he that offside? Because he's not like a leg or a foot offside. Like he's a full body offside on top of the six. Like
I think it's closer. It's just the angle makes it look
is it
worse than it really is. I think so. I hate that these midweek games, bro, because these camera angles that they have and they use.
Like it was
I'm pretty sure
like,
and it's like, bro, you have VAR. Does VAR rely on the fucking broadcasting cameras, or do they set up their own cameras? Because
no.
if they're relying on the broadcast cameras, dog, like there was never a clear angle of that offside.
Oh, come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But it is offside though. But I'm
But you
saying
don't
like,
need a different angle to see that clear, though. Like it's
yeah,
clear.
but
Like, you know what I mean?
I think it's a little closer than what you make it seem though. He's probably like
All right,
half a step off, which
fair enough.
you got to hold your run, right? You got
Let
to
me
hold
ask you
your
that.
run
Yeah,
100%.
that's what I
You
want to
have to
ask.
hold your run 100%. You have to be aware of where your the defenders are at as a striker, and you got to know when to time your run.
Because he has that
Just
space, right?
yeah, he has the space. He could have held his run, and he could have still got in there 100%, no problem. But I mean,
And that's
I don't know.
frustrating, right? Because Granzier ends up doing all the hard work for him, right? To set him up where he's literally the tap, and all he has to do is stay in position, and you get your shot, you get your goal. But it's something like that doesn't go our way. Another offside. And I think Zubek also has another shot like that just goes wide. He ends up getting in the area and gets a shot, goes wide. Man, like those 15 minutes we were looking great. Funny thing about it, I ended up being at Sunset Room to watch the game. Big shout out to Sunset Room. Big shout out to Manny and Outlaws for having that viewing party over there. Really dope spot. If you guys haven't checked it out, and if you guys are near the area, check it out. Back to the game. I was in the game and I told Jesse, I was like, yo, they're looking really good right now. Like I like this, and this is missing Chicharito, missing Koulibaly, missing Dos Santos, missing, so on and so on. They were looking good. And Jesse says to me, yeah, they kind of looked good last game too. And then you remember what happened, right? I answered, nah, it looks different though. It looks like these guys want it. I shouldn't have said shit though. I should have just kept my fucking mouth.
It's on you. You know what?
That's
It's
all I'm
crazy
doing.
that you say that because we'll get into a second half, but I have something not similar to yours, but it's like something I'll probably never do again. I'll never watch a Galaxy game where I watch the Galaxy game on Saturday again because every time I go there and I put
Like,
the
oh,
G's game on, they take a fucking L. Like I watch KC there and I watch this game there, so I told myself never again am I watching the G's game at this place.
all right, fair enough. The sense where you could take a long ass drive to get there. Back to the game. So like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, call it half an hour, call it whatever you want to call. Like this game died down like ridiculously. Like the pace of the fucking game, the intentions of the passing, it just died. Like it dies, bro. Sure. Shout out to Vancouver for like waking up and trying to make a game out of it. But I think it's really on us who stops pushing the pace, who stops like
100%.
looking for the game like that.
100%,
Why?
especially in the
Do you?
in the first half. I feel like they just all the shit you mentioned happened, right? The goal and then like 3-4 chances right after, right? This is in a span of 15 minutes. They're probably like, all right, we're working extra hard, we're in altitude. This is how I would think shit went down. So like, let's slow it down a bit. And this is not on coaching staff, right? I think this is just the players. Like, yo, we got this game under control. We're obviously the better team. Slow it down a bit. And I don't know what the fuck happened though. Like, you could slow the game down, but you can't not stop playing. Like, that shit was like they didn't want to play anymore, or it felt like they weren't trying anymore.
Yeah.
Which is an issue. Big
Oh,
issue.
and like what I mean, yes, 100%. I have nothing to argue about what you just said. But like how, bro? Like 5 minutes prior to like the 20th minute, 25th minute, like it's not even chuflados. They were on it. They were just, everything looked like it was right. And then it just
shout
kind
out
of
to
falls
Manny
apart.
and the chat. Too confident. That's the word I was looking for. They got too confident. That's how I saw it.
No, that's how Vanny saw it. Did you hear his press conference?
I didn't.
So I'll paraphrase, but he said something along the lines of that, right? The boys ended up getting the early goal and chances early, and they just figured it was going to come to them throughout the whole game, like it was going to be that easy, right? Took the foot off the gas and then just never found the fucking acceleration again. What up, Casey? Never found the acceleration again, and that's the. And it's fucked up, right? Well, here, let me ask something. Do you think if you have a Jonah there, if you have a Chicharito there, I don't know about Koulibaly because he hasn't been there for a long time, and I'm setting up a question. Do you think they have enough leadership, enough pour, enough ganas to get us woken up again, like shake us up?
With Cheech? With Cheech?
with Cheech,
On the
Jonah,
field?
or any of the
100%.
workers. Yeah,
100%. Cheech don't let you relax because he don't relax.
yeah. We talked
Like
about
he's a very demanding. Like from what we've seen this season, he's very demanding of his teammates. You know, we've seen it, you've heard it. Like yell at the players to cover the
Yep.
space
Yep.
because he's covering so much space, right, on the
Mhm.
defensive end. So I don't think that shit happens with, especially with Cheech on the field, and Jonah too. He's another player that, I mean, we've seen him fall off. You know, in games like this. Just by with Cheech and Jonah being there, that doesn't happen. At least
Yeah,
not until you secure the second or third goal. You know, then you might relax a little bit, but no.
yeah, and it's crazy, right? Because first time finishes and I say, man, this is a boring game, but we're up 1-0, so I won't bitch. I won't talk about it because we need to win games, and even if they're ugly and they're dirty and they're boring, like we need to win games. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up because we're up still 1-0, 45 minutes in, right? Second half starts, bro, and second half starts all kinds of wrong. All kinds of wrong, bro.
Did you guys have audio at the Sunset Room?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't paying
Yeah.
much attention to audio, though, to be honest.
So there's an
You're set.
interesting stat on Vancouver.
Mhm.
They're league leading
Mm.
in team scoring in the first 15 minutes of the second half. And crazy, right? Because I forgot if Kobe said it or Joe said it. Literally 5 minutes after they tied.
Oh, it's
After they said that, they fucking tied the game.
it's
And it's
crazy
like,
because
yo,
that's and that's their MO against them, right? Because they came out second half wanting it, and sure enough, like was it like 4 minutes into second half, they get their goal. Let's talk about this goal too, because like the initial ball comes in down the middle, and Derek Williams, like, was that a pass or was that just trying to clear out? Why? Like, what?
I think that shit bounced off
Off of him?
his foot. Yeah, like I
Okay,
don't know.
maybe.
I don't think he tried to control it. I thought maybe he tried to like clear it, but it was more like he didn't make the right contact, so that shit like bounced wide.
Because it's weird, right? Like he opens up his hips, so like that's why I don't know. I wasn't sure if he was trying to like just like release the ball wide or was he trying to like bring it down for himself. But it's a bad touch. Whatever happens, like
Yeah, it's a bad.
it was bad. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Biafanya is kind of pushing up wide to give him an outlet. So when he mishandles that ball or like misclears it, whatever situation was, like he's now left to kind of almost that left back position, right? Have to shift, but I think they shifted well, at least initially. The cross comes in, the driven cross comes in, that's goal line cross. And because I think like Derek Williams shifted correctly, he ends up being in the way almost of Bond, right? Because Bond gets a hand on it, but gets a hand on it between I think it's Williams, Bond, and then the pre behind them, right? And then even further behind that is Julian. So he gets his hand on it into the middle. Like and I don't know if I can blame him just because of the way the cross came in and the all the traffic is in front of him, cross back into the middle. My guy who scored the goal, his name is Caicedo. He's pretty open, right? Like there's nobody around him. Like he has the time to kind of, clock and then take that shot, right? Like he gets the time to wind up the whole thing. Like where's like talk to me, Master. Like who do I need to blame? Put fingers at, right? Because there's no way. Like I get it. I get this. The play happens fast. I get it. It's weird. It's unorthodox, but like there has to be somebody close to him than anybody was, right?
Yeah. Fuck. I don't remember exactly, like who was around. Like obviously the players you mentioned obviously are around, but I don't know who was the closest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that bounce was just like perfect, right, to him. But to me, if I want to put a blame on anyone, I think it's got to be Derek Williams. I think the touch, the initial touch, the bad touch, and then I know you don't want to go into panic defending, but he kind of takes a step back instead of after the bad touch, he kind of ball watches, and instead of like just fucking attacking the play where the ball was going, he waits, right? And then that could have easily been like a shift. Like he goes to attack that, because it was his bad touch, and Villafaña's coming back. Villafaña could have covered his back. That's how I see it.
No,
right?
listen,
What he got there, maybe not. But the fact that he sat there and waited, it kind of put everyone else out of position. And then not only that, you said my man was in the way of the goalie too. So if I had to put a blame on someone, it has to be him.
So like it's funny, right? Because two different takes here. Like I think he shifts correctly, right? Because when I see the ball go out wide, my initial thought is a cross, right? So that ball watching he does is he's cutting out the angle for a simple cross though, right? Like he can't put a cross lofted to the middle of the goal or the backside of the goal because like he's covered that spot. But you might be right though, because maybe he does step up more, right? Like he still covers that lane, but he steps up more and takes some of that room away from him, or take some of that space away from him. It's it's difficult, man. It's difficult because I'm okay with putting blame on him just because I think the initial clearance or pass, whatever that was, like kind of sets up like everybody falling apart. Let me ask a question. When they eventually score, you see Julian is pretty much coming out of the goal. So is Dupuis. So is Derek Williams, and obviously Bond is trying to recover. Right, like there's 4 players like in front of goal, reminiscing a lot to last year and the years before, where it seemed like Devin just kind of just drops into the goal and hopefully get some last ditch defending stoppage or whatever. Like I can't complain about it, the whole defense being bad the whole game, but like that play, like to me it seemed like they lost their shit. It just seems like they once that bad play happened, everybody just kind of scrambled and nobody scrambled correctly. Unfortunately, 1-1 though, like 1-1. Here, let me ask you: would you expect the response for the Galaxy to be after they conceded a goal? Now it's 1-1.
I thought we were gonna. I thought since it was early on, I figured they would get their shit together. And at that point, I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna get a draw, right? Because offensively, we hadn't looked dangerous anymore. So like, we're gonna get a draw just because we've been defensively sound. Like they've been attacking and they've been hitting us on these counters, but we've been able to respond pretty well, except on that missed clearance. So I was like, we'll get a draw away from this, point away from home ain't bad, We got two more games during the week. We'll see what happens. That's how I thought it was going to be a draw. But it is.
GG's. Listen, I'm with you. I am with you because I was okay with that happening when it did. 48 minutes into it, like
we got time.
We had the whole second half to kind of put a mark down on what we want to do. To kind of come back to the first 15-20 minutes that we had in the first half, right? I'll tell you like straight face. I saw 1-1 and I thought I was still gonna hit the money with 3-1 line. I still saw us scoring 2 more goals to come back and win the game. I mean, I guess I'm used to being a clown now, like because
that makes sense though, because like it had only been like what 5-10 minutes when they tied it up.
No, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes, right? So it's like, oh shit, we were caught sleeping in the fucking when we came out, right? Well, let's get back to what we were doing in the first half, in the beginning of the first half, and we'll figure it out. And that shit did not happen.
Not at all. So the game goes on, and it again falls into this like fucking slow pace, bro. Like, oh no, I'm lying to you. We have a shot. Like we get a one back like right after they score a goal, right? Sasha puts in a ball for Cabral that is dirty, bro. It's a through ball that cuts between 2 defenders with space in front of him. Cabral can't hold his shit. Cabral can't hold the line, though. So he's offside again. And a play that, like, I would have loved to see what that finishes, right? Because it's a ball that puts him into a lot of space in front of, in front of the keeper, right? So he has something to do. Unfortunately, for the second time in a big play, he's offside. And after that play, then it goes into a fucking lullaby time, dog. It's just super slow. Super slow. And the worst part about it for me is that I'm not sure if the Galaxy was the one who was controlling the tempo or not, but they were comfortable with the tempo. Like I didn't see urgency to try to change that up, like try to get that ball back and push it, and get that goal back. And it just like I think I was more hyped in the fucking bar, like yelling at the TV than fucking the players in the field. Like, so I think that's obvious there. But I don't want to go. I don't want to. I don't want to ask you like, do you see the same thing? Because I think we all saw the same thing, right? So let me finish the match and then we talk about this. 70th minute, your start season changes. Initially, it's supposed to be Saldana for Sasha Kleshin.
Yeah,
but last minute it seems like Revelation is the one that gets called out. Apparently, he felt a knock at halftime. Said he could continue for the second half. When they made this change for Sasha, he said, "Hey, I'm feeling it again. Take me out first." So a little worrisome because I really like him. I really like him in the center mid. I'm hoping it's something super small, and we can see him back.
I think he'll be fine, bro. He look gas too.
Yeah.
People need to remember this is his third game, and he's playing in altitude. Like it's the first of many, but he's probably not even match fit, like a full 90 match fit. So he asked for the sub. To me, he looked gassed. He might have had a knock, but I think he'll be fine.
I hope so. I hope so because listen, when this happens, I kind of throw my hands up, right? Like I don't know that he got a knock, and in the live transmission, I didn't hear it, but so I didn't know he had a knock or not. But I'm going apeshit in the bar because have you guys not seen Sasha? Like I like Sasha though, but 60th minute in, like and past, like he was done, right? Like it started to look again, like when we had pity for Sasha, right? Because he doesn't have the legs, right? He doesn't have the wheels for it no more. Like you see him get dusted too. You see him like try to put in a challenge super sloppy. Go for it.
Let me ask you a question. Who else was in a sub for midfield besides Saldana?
Yeah. I could tell you who we had. Saldana, Aguirre, Perez, and that's it.
Okay.
That's all we had. We didn't. Yeah, that's it. That's all we had. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. But like, listen, you have both Vasquez and Sasha in your midfield, right? You don't move Vasquez because Vasquez doesn't need to move. Like, you know what I mean? Like he can stay in one place and just ping passes. But you have to move Sasha, right? And again, I like Sasha, so I'm not trying to bash Sasha. But like, you're in altitude. It's hot. You need to win. You need to get on this game to get a result, right? Because you're losing. Like Sasha's not your guy. Sasha should have been taken out. But unfortunately, I guess because of the knock, he comes out. Saldana comes in. Don't see much Saldana. 71st minute, Williams come in. Suba goes out. Again, don't see much from Williams. Steris comes in for Sasha. At this point, I don't even know what the team looks like anymore. And Aguirre comes in for Grand Zer. Grand Zer, I feel like it's fine. Like he needed some minutes off because he busted his ass off. But let's talk about the second goal for Vancouver. Because if I thought defending was bad for the first goal, defending for the second was just fucking utter shit though.
Fucking crazy,
man. Do you remember the second goal?
Yeah, it was a fucking 1-2 in the box, and both three of these fucking idiots go to the same fucking players, dude.
Yes, sir.
Like,
yes, sir.
Who
Listen,
does that shit, bro?
Even before the 1-2, like he has the ball inside the box, and patiently just kind of walks 3, 4, 5 steps before giving the first pass in the 1-2. Right? Like I need him to have somebody at his heels when he's trying to make that pass, not to comfortably walk 3, 4, 5 steps. Right? Now I don't need 3 people tracking that pass. I need one person putting pressure. I need one person trying to cut it in. I need one person marking the other guy. Right? But what happens is what you just said, Maza. He kind of just tracks the ball towards the middle, finds his teammate. 1-2. In that one pass, 2 guys go flying. Saldana stays on his foot. No, 2 guys go flying. Saldana stays on his foot, but he's out of the equation at that point too because he moved in that direction too. When he gets the ball back,
I was
PGs like
it was Depew, Williams, and
Williams and Saldana.
Villafaña. No, it was Villafaña. That was the worst
Was
part.
it Villafaña?
It was
Okay,
it was
maybe.
our three. It was our two CBs and our fucking left back.
Listen,
Like-
that was fucking bro. For as good defensively I thought we were until then, like that is shit.
100%.
That is shit, dog. That is shit
100%.
in a situation where it shouldn't be shit. You know what I mean? Like it should not. Like in my opinion, even if it results as a goal, right? Even if this play comes out as a goal, like you don't defend like with that kind of like reckless. Like it's just like you're just diving at shit. Like both of you guys are diving at shit, dog. And like, not to mention like you have Bond. Like he tracked all the play until like there was nothing else he could do. Like, come on, man. It's just bad. It's put the cherry on a fucked up cake, right? Like it was a bad game before that. That happens. And I kind of shake my head, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, man, I am thinking we get 9 points out of the next 3 games, and we go off the bat with this. Hold it, I'm not trying to sit here and say that, you know, the roof's on fire and then we're on shit. But I'm saying this game, standalone, this game, it was just not it. And you see, like, the weight of not having the veteran experience, or not the veteran experience, like the leaders of your team. The weight of not having them around, like because nobody's there to pick them up. There's nobody in the field who's a leader who could grab everybody and say, "Hey, let's go." The G's go down 2-1 in Salt Lake versus Vancouver. When it comes to standings, it doesn't hurt us much. We're still in third place, with only 3 points. 3 points in front of LAFC and Colorado. Colorado have a game in hand, so if they pick up some points, they could go ahead of us. There it is, right? We have been talking about having 2 games in hand. We don't. Right? We're pretty much on par. We have a few teams that have a game in hand. Salt Lake being one of them. We'll talk about Salt Lake right now. And then the rest of the league, other than Seattle, has 14 games. Let's talk about the Maza. Our team's still good, right? Like it's still a good team. It's just a fucked up. Is a bad. It's a bad game.
Like you saw the fucking first 20 minutes, bro. If we manage to keep the pace and the tempo, like there's not too many teams in the league that could play us. You know, though if we were to play like that. But unfortunately, I feel like the guys just got comfortable, bro. They're like, we're already up. We've had 4 or 5 chances. We'll get it. We'll get it the next one. We'll get it the next one. And I mean, you can't, especially if you're playing professionally. You can't do that shit, bro. You're still playing against professionals. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, you see, so here's, and this, I'm just kind of freeballing here. Thoughts in my head. I'm just going to throw here. Freeballing. Whatever. You know, Leggett, Jonah, Chicha, even Efra, not people, but those 3 guys especially, right? Those 3 guys in there. Now you're talking about having, I assume one of those, like either Sasha or no, 2 of those, either Leggett or Jonah and Efrain. One of those 2 of those 3 are hitting bench, right? Because I think you still see Revolution and Vasquez on the field along with Leggett or Jonah, right? That changes it up because now you have Leggett or Jonah coming off the bench with Efra also being an option off the bench, right? Let alone Chicharito. Because Chicharito, like, he's not being offside in that goal against Subac. Chicharito's probably in the end of some of the goals last week and this week as well, right? Like, I was down 100% because of the first 15 minutes. If this team would have played like the way they played 85% of the game or 75% of the game, like, I wouldn't have a problem. Like, okay, we're just like, we're missing pieces and it is what it is. But they played so damn good for the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, that it got me upset to see them like take an L when we were that good. Listen, and if we only had 20 minutes, then we should have put 3 away. So we could fuck off the rest of the game and win 3-2. Like, it is not the end of the world because, you know, Gold Cup finishes pretty soon. And then we have the team back, right? Hopefully everybody's healthy and we got the whole team back and it's fine. I think we're playing a better product. But, you know, injuries happen, and I think the situation is not the greatest. Also, like it's Greg Vanny's first year, right? So hopefully we'll see some more
To
some more
me,
depth
Greg
in the
Vanny
space
already exceeded expectations with this
by a
team.
long shot. Listen, I remember, and this is not me trying to fucking be over dramatic for the show or anything like that, but like since we had the pot, I don't think I've seen the team in glimpses play as good as we've seen it at times this year. Right, like this is like the football that Vanny wants to play is like exactly what I want to see. Right, maybe not so much for you. I get it, but you know what I mean. Like,
No, I like it because I mean when we're on, we play with intent.
mm-hmm.
There's a lot of possession, but there's intent to go forward. Like we look dangerous. I don't like when we just hold the ball to hold the ball. Like what the fuck do I want to see that shit for?
No,
I go watch tennis if that's the case.
Yeah. Here, let's answer Tony's question real quick. Let's talk about that. He's Anthony Rasso says, "Who do y'all think is the odd man out when the boys get back, especially in the midfield?" Let's talk about that midfield. I want to concentrate about the midfield. Like in your head,
Realistically,
like no, fuck realistic. I don't like that. That's just too cruel for me. Like in your head, like what's the trio? Like what's the trio that's gonna win you games?
Vasquez, Leggett, and Revolution. That's what I'm gonna go with to win me games.
I agree.
I love Jonah, bro, and he's quality, 100%. But I don't know, man. Leggit's playing at a different level. He's underappreciated, I think, right now. And I think we'll be okay without Jonah with those three in the midfield, just because you get the creativeness from Vasquez, you get the work from Leggett, and then you get the defensive from Revolution and the calmness too. Like, man, he's so good, bro.
Get the fuck out of my head. Get the fuck out of my head. Get the fuck out of my head. Ding, 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 ding. Right? Like you hit it right in the money. Like especially the way you broke it down. That's my thought too. Right? Revolution is gonna do dirty work. He's gonna track back for you. He's gonna fight for the ball. He's gonna be an option on set pieces, and he has a touch to get you out of pressure. Right? You need any more examples? Look at the ball he puts on for Cabral, in I think it's the second half. He's in pressure. He kind of turns around. He winds up and does like a nice curling outside of the or the inside of the foot into Granzier, where he has space. Where he drives, he does the little shimmy, take it on the left foot, and off the fucking crossbar again. Sheesh, doesn't talk about that anymore. It hurts me. So yeah, I agree. Revolution definitely for me the 6. Legit for me is your box to box, and Vasquez is your fucking. I want to say Cam, but you're just a creative maestro. You know what I mean? Like he's the one that's gonna put the final pass from any possession in the field.
But realistically,
is it Jonah?
It's gonna Vasquez is gonna see the bench.
No, because that's hard, bro.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy
hard,
bro. I think he might be top assist in the team, but I think Revolution gives Leggett and Jonah. This is just speculation. Would give them so much more freedom to play box to box, opposed to playing 2 defensive midfielders, right? How we've been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
That shit might work too. Like we have to see it, but my fucking instinct and from what I've seen so far from this team and when the team's complete, is to me Jonah's an odd man out. But with Jonah in and Leggett in, and with Revolution now on the squad, it might free them both up to be more attacking. And I have to worry about Jonah tracking back and coming back all the way down to the bottom third, and fucking picking up the ball. So it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, like this is a good problem to have.
It is though, right? Because listen, a couple things, right? For me, Vasquez is the smartest player we have. Period. Just period. The smartest and most talented player we have. He doesn't have the wheels for it. He's not, he's probably not 90 minutes every game. But my guy, I want that guy in the field every single fucking minute I can have him. Because he creates them from nothing. I'm telling you, look at the fucking goal we scored this week, right? There was a lot of movement, nothing clear, but it didn't phase Vasquez, right? He didn't pass back, which he could have easily done. He didn't take a wild shot, which he could have done. He didn't throw it away. Like he waited, he patiently and put a banger of fucking crossing. I don't think Leggett nor Jonah or Revolution could do that. They don't have the patience for it. They don't have the, they don't have the nuts for it. They
don't have the brain for it.
Yeah, they'll rush the pass. So listen, man, and it's crazy because I've been here talking about, like, I think Jonah's a DP, right? I don't mind Jonah being a DP. We'll see it in paper right now, though. Like, he might not be a DP, my guy. Because if I can't say,
he hasn't had a bad season this season.
No, hell no.
Maybe 1-2 off games at most, but pre-injury, he does a lot. Like, fuck. Now that I'm thinking about it, he does a lot of small shit that statistically you don't even hear about, bro. Like breaking down passing lanes. I don't know, man. He's so good. It's just fuck from what we're seeing right now. It's hard to even bench any of the guys there. Shit.
Yeah. Can we play 14? Let me give you why I believe this. All right, because listen, DP means a lot of money. It means you're taking one of my designated positions to bring in somebody who's going to change the team for me. Right? Somebody with his presence, with his skills, makes a difference in my team. Right? Right now, me and you're in the same mind thought of thinking Evolution, Vasquez, and Leggett are probably like our best trio, especially the way we're trying to play, especially the way we're trying to be the way we're trying to flow as a team, right? Like, I think that's the best one. So if my DP player is not, if I can make an argument, I don't know why he probably get the bench. I don't think he's a DP player anymore. At least not for our team. Not saying that for another team he can't be, but I'm thinking for our team, like, that's my problem right now.
See, but this is, you got to see it on the field first, right?
Yeah, yes.
You don't want to say because shit. If anything, this shit might light a fire on Jonah and be like, "What? Someone's here to take my spot." Psych as fuck.
Miss me, and I'm down with that.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Down with that.
So, it's hard to say, bro, but I like Jonah, bro. Like, I think he's when he's on the class above a lot of people. So we'll see how it goes. I gotta see it first. I gotta see that rotation in the middle.
Yeah,
I gotta see Jonah in there playing with Revolution, Leggett back, and everyone, because it could be someone takes a step back too. It could be fucking Leggett or shit. It could even be Revolution that takes a step back. Who knows how they're gonna react to? Yeah, so you never know. We'll see.
No, I agree. It's and I also agree that it's a decent problem to have. Let's that's gonna be short, but we're running into the 10 o'clock hour already. But let's talk about RSL real quick, right? Because I don't think we're back midweek for that. Might be back midweek for a tailgate for the game versus Dallas. But let's talk RSL. RSL is in 8th place. 4 victories, 4 losses, 4 ties, coming off of a defeat versus Portland at 1-0. Yeah, we need some points right now, right? After dropping versus Vancouver, we shouldn't have dropped.
Yeah.
We need to collect some points versus RSL. I think that's clear. We're not getting any of the guys who are away right now in the Gold Cup. Not just yet. Maybe people, but he's not really a factor. None of Mexican. None.
I don't think I don't even think he even like plays for us ever again, bro.
Yeah,
like my man is getting starting minutes for Costa Rica, and he's not seeing the field for us. So obviously, there's an agreement that when his contract's up, he's gone. And they don't want him to get hurt. They don't want the fucking deal to fall through. So,
yep, I agree with that. So, like, we don't expect to see any of those players returning. I do think Koulibaly is in for a shot. I don't know about Cheech, and
they said it was very unlikely for him to play on Wednesday. They might put him in just because they need points, but the way Vanny
he didn't want
goes about his business, he's straight up about his shit. Like, if you're not ready, he's not gonna risk you. He feels like he has the players that should step up, next man up, right? That's his way of thinking. And I fuck with that shit.
No, not only that, like we're still sitting in third.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like listen, like it's still a long season. We have 1/3 of the season gone. It's still 2/3 of the season or thereabout. It's all right. Like you don't want to rush your players back and then lose them for a long time or lose them later down the line when it's close to playoffs. Like no, let's take it back, take a seat back, and plus, you know, what I mean, like we'll talk shit when we need to talk shit. But I want this team to win the title. I want this team to competing in October, not necessarily in July and August. You know what I mean? Like I need them to compete in October, so I'm okay with this. All right, back to RSL. Have you seen how much of RSL this year?
They're pretty. I think they're a pretty solid team. I don't think they're as bad as the record shows. They just lost to Levels, I think, on Sunday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, over the weekend.
They got to travel back home, but I mean, they should have been home by Sunday morning. So I think they're well rested, and they're playing at home. So it should be an interesting game, though.
It is. Also, I think the players might be a little more acclimated since they just played there on Saturday. So I think they'll cope with the altitude a little better. Let's talk lineups. Let's talk lineups for the G's. Obviously, Bond in the backup. That's no question there. Williams again. All right.
Yeah.
Koulibaly healthy.
I think Depew gets to start. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with Depew.
I'm not man. I don't know why it is, but I'm not convinced on Depew. To a point that I probably want to have Steris over Depew if Steris is available. That's my call though, but we'll take it. We think it's gonna be Derek and another center back. We're not sure which one, but it's another center back. Left back, of course, is gonna be Villafana, and right back is Julian. No changes there, I assume. What about the midfielders? Can Vasquez go again? Can Sasha go again? I mean, Sasha looked pretty gas, bro. Sasha looked like you know, like
it's all about your recovery. But who are you gonna start? Who's the backup CM?
Saldana? Where's Harvey at? I haven't seen Harvey in like fucking.
Dog, he playing G2 right now, which is crazy because we're short in the midfield. I guess you don't need more than one center defensive mid though, so I could see that. And you have Saldana, and at this point, I would take Saldana over Harvey. I would say so far this season. So I guess that's the call. Yeah, I guess you could go Saldana. I think they repeat though.
Think so.
I think they repeat, and then they're playing away at Dallas, right?
Yep.
So they probably rest the older guys in the heat, opposed to the altitude. I think that works. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the same lineup. Maybe Augie gets a start this time, but I mean, to be honest, I would much rather see Ethan Subak 100% start over Augustine Williams, and that's no, like, I'm not even clowning right now. You know how we used to say Zubak starting? We used to clown. No, this shit's legit. Like, I would much rather see Zubak start over Augustine Williams, 100%.
I had a conversation with Frank at a Sunset Room, and other Frank, and he was saying like Zubak and Augie make a strong case for us still needing another striker.
100%. That's not what I said though. I'm giving you the options that we have available. I'm taking Ethan Subak 100%
over Augie. Yeah, and it's fucked up too because Augie, like, especially after getting chewed out by the coach, I expected him to like just have that Ethan Subak level of commitment and fight to him this game, and it's not there. Like there's fight, but it's not Subak. You know what I mean? It's not his level of commitment.
It's crazy, right? Because you compare them physically, Subak and Augustine Williams, and you're thinking, damn, Augie's about to run over these defenders. And then you put him in the game, bro, and it's complete opposite.
Yeah.
Like, my man looks like Augie just doesn't look it, bro. Ethan at least goes into fucking challenge like 100% confident he's going to walk out and win the ball. And that makes all the difference.
He doesn't even care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even care. Just keep running for it. And here's the thing, though, right? Like, sidebar. I promise we'll finish RSL right now. Like that's not what Augie looks like with G2. That's not why I was saying like this kid deserves a shot. This kid deserves a look. And G2, he had mad swagger and he looked like he wanted every single ball. Haven't seen that. Maybe it's it's a little too much for him in the big boy table.
Some players will always be USL players, bro. It's just how it is.
Sheesh, man. So let's go back to this. Granzier, Angel's talking about like he came off of the injury. You know about this?
Yeah, he came out with an injury, but I think he'll be ready to go. Yeah, because he got pulled last time too. Because I think his calf or his hamstring was bugging him. He came on like, fuck, we lost Granzier. And then next thing you know, he went out and played again. This time might be the same situation. It's just probably little bugs here and there, Just
hopefully, man, because my guy's been a spark, man. My guy's been a spark with the ball his foot and running, so I hope he's good. Cabral is obviously staying, and then we said Subak or Augie. We're going with Subak. Is this a team that can beat RSL though? Can we beat this? Can we beat RSL with the team that we have with the players available?
Bro, if we play our fucking game for shit, even 75 minutes, we can win, bro. But that's the thing. Are we gonna come out flat after being good for 20, 30 minutes? Like something gotta give up.
I have to assume Vanny fucking ate them up, right?
I know you know what? I'm looking at their team. I'm looking at our team. I don't know. They might give us that L, bro. Yeah, they might give us that L. Like just looking at their top four, like their attacking four. Rubin, Rusnak, Krylich, and Miram. That's their attacking four.
That's kind
of dangerous. Yeah, but
I like Rusnak too. Rusnak's a player. It's interesting, man.
But they did have to travel, right? And we didn't. But the only upside is that they're home more now.
No, I thought the G's came back home.
No, G stayed there. RSL traveled. They played in LA.
Yeah, but I thought G's okay, cool. I thought they traveled back. I'm wrong.
No. They stayed.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
All week, and they're traveling from RSL to Dallas directly. They're not coming back home until after the weekend.
Let's go. I'm okay with that. Especially after seeing who said this? John Pat says it may be hotter in Salt Lake than it is in Dallas. So
that is true. It's a fucking heat wave out there right now, huh?
So I'm glad they stayed out there. So at least like their bodies are getting acclimated to that, because imagine coming back home and then trying back up there and getting that heat. Plus that,
it's hot as fuck over here too, dude.
It's accurate, but no. All right, Maza, let's go with some predictions so we can get out of here pretty soon. What are you thinking? What are you thinking for this game, dog, versus RSL?
I think like I'm gonna go 1-0 Galaxy. I'm keeping a clean sheet.
I welcome that, and I welcome the.
And I'm gonna say Zubac gets the dub for us. Off some weird shit, but he's gonna put it away for us. I don't give a shit.
I'm okay with that.
So yeah, I'm gonna go 1-0. I feel like we keep the clean sheet. I don't think the mistakes that were made in this last game defensively will happen again. I think it was a one-time thing, hopefully. And 1-0 Galaxy.
Hopefully. Smack them up or something, dog. I'm gonna go with a 1-1. Nah, stop it. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna go with 3-3 draw against ourselves, because I don't think we keep clean sheet. I do think we'll get a lead, but then lose it and end up with a draw. Since we don't have one of those this year, I'm gonna go ahead and say we'll get draw this game 3-3. I'm gonna give a brace to Granzier and a goal to Cabral, and that's how we end up with 3-3. And then we'll go with Dallas.
Angel sent his prediction. Angel called the 2-2. I forgot who he had scoring, but Angel got 2-2.
2-2. So he's over for a draw too.
Yeah, he's thinking draw too. And since I'm gonna make a George's. George is not here, so he's saying 3-0 Galaxy. So we call dubs over here in this podcast.
There you go. All right. That's our take. Take it with a grain of salt. but that's our take on what we think is gonna happen in RSL. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you and George are right. XB members, be on the lookout. Receive a message, email tomorrow. Ticket information, barbecue information, merch pickup information, all that good stuff coming to you in emails tomorrow. Have anything else? I do not. With that being said, it's another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm Boy Rudy, and I'm Smart on Twitch. I'm Smart.
We don't got any questions on Discord.
I just checked.
No, all right, perfect.
Thanks for ruining my outro, dog. Thanks for ruining my outro. I appreciate it.
I had to make sure, dog. I think it would have been a little more rude if I let you finish and be like, "We got questions," and then you still have to do it again. Yeah,
you're right.
See? I got you.
With that being said, it's another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm Boy Rudy, and I'm Smart on Twitch. I'm Smart on Twitter. I'm Smart on the gram. Just peace, love.
Oh, that's me, huh? That's me, huh? Damn,
Yeah,
that shit feels weird, dog. I'm like the next man up. What the fuck? I'm not ready. Coach Randy would be disappointed. No, I got it. Peace, love, and G's up, baby. Let's go.
Peace. Buenas noches. Catch you guys next week.